What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to the $10,000 EIDL grant guaranteed. One U.S. Senator says, yeah, it is Saturday, December the 26th, 2020. Please do me a huge favor. Give this video a thumbs up. Hashtag EIDL with your comments below. Share this video all over social media. And if you'd like me to help grow your business when this EIDL madness is over, I ask that you just please right now make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have 5 sections to this video. The first section, we're going to go over the bill itself. It'll take me a minute or two. The second section, we're going to talk about, once again, Steve Chabot's one-page summary of the bill that's already become law. We're, of course, waiting on a signature. Hundreds of U.S. congressmen and women are using this summary. Section number 3, we're going to talk about a tweet that just was seen around the world, or was it, from a major U.S. senator who knows as much or more about $10,000 EIDL grants than anyone, where he or she guarantees $10,000 grants. I'm once again going to pin in section 4. All this is in the top comment. The hour-long Facebook Live that Big Ben Cardin, who wants to wipe out your loan and get it forgiven, did a couple of weeks ago with Karen Mills, former head of the SBA. And then I'm going to leave you with a bombshell, a shocker, a holy shit moment at the end where I'm going to tell you in very black and white terms, what am I going to do with my $10,000 EIDL grant, even if I don't get one? Ladies and gentlemen, it was 27 degrees this morning when I woke up. It's cold as shit outside. I might split this desk in half today because I'm fired up. So I got my leather jacket on. I'm looking for a fight. So somebody plot my ass on a Harley and let's effing go. All right, I need a drink. I have major respect for anyone who puts themselves in front of the camera. I don't care if you have 1 sub or 1,000,000 subs. One guy in particular, Meet Kevin, he's very successful. He's a young man who he's a hustler. He puts out a lot of really good information. However, again, last night, Meet Kevin, and I've asked you now 3 times, where in this bill, and I challenge anybody watching to show me, does it say $1,000 per employee or $1,000 to $10,000 EIDL grants? It does not exist. So my friend, you were right about $40 billion in this new law, but you're wrong about $1,000 per employee, and I'm going to prove it today. In fact, I'm going to get the help of a major U.S. senator who's going to guarantee everybody who's watching me right now gets $10,000 or the balance thereof. All right, and pages in the bill. Slow down, Jason. I'm fired up, folks. I'm fucking fired up. Page 2184 to 2208 of this 5,000-page behemoth has to do with EIDL. In this, on black and white, it clearly says that you shall get $10,000 of EIDL grant. Definitely $20 billion for those in low income, those who are disabled, those who have proudly served this country. Thank you very much. They go first. That's $20 billion. In section 332 of page 2190, section 270, there's a bunch of strikes and replacements, meaning they take out something and they put in something. 2 of the big ones that they took out are $20 billion, which was the original CARES Act for this year, right? It took us 4 or 5 months until July, I think it was the 11th, to run out of $20 billion of EIDL grant money. Well, section 332, as I get my laptop up to speed, clearly states that we're striking $20 billion, which was the original CARES Act, and we're replacing it for $40 billion. So Meet Kevin was right. He's dead wrong about $1,000 per employee, and I'm going to prove it here today. There's also a section right below it where it strikes December the 31st, 2020, which is a few days from now, and replaces it with December the 31st, 2021. So the new EIDL program, the grant, will go for an entire year. In other words, if they run out of money, as is the provision in the HEROES Act, they'll replace it with more. So it's unequivocal. I challenge anybody who's watching right now. Tell me or show me where it doesn't say $10,000. It does. Tell me or show me where it doesn't say $10,000 or the balance thereof. Slightly different wording, but it says $10,000 or the balance thereof. Show me where it doesn't say 20 and strike it and replace it with $40 billion, and it extends for another year until December the 31st, 2021. There is not, I repeat, not $1,000 per employee anywhere in there. So the reason why you got to share this is not only to lift everybody's spirits and give them one hell of a happy new year, but I need someone to challenge me. Show me where it says $1,000 per employee, because again, it ain't in there. All right, pinned in the top comment once again is a 1-page summary. You can find it at House.gov. It was entered by Steve Chabot. He's a Republican from Ohio. He's the ranking member of the House Committee for Small Business. We talk a lot about the Senate Committee. Chairman by Rubio, second in command by a friend of this channel, Big Ben Cardin, a Democrat out of Maryland. Allow me to briefly, 30 seconds, once again, go to the section where it clearly talks about the EIDL program. And in black and white, there are 3 sections with this new bill that, again, that we're waiting on a signature from you-know-who. Section number 1 of the EIDL, quote, provides $20 billion to restart and extend the SBA's EIDL grant, advanced grant for small businesses and low income. What is low income? There's a lot of apps out there. I think Ryder over at Skip, he's got one. I saw Max Maher reference one last night. Look, they're all over the place. But the simple rule is go to Google. Type in your state's median income. Georgia median income, Nevada median income, which I'll talk about in a second. And then your city or town that you live in. If the city or town you live in is 80% that of your state, so if your state is 100 billion, wouldn't that be nice? $100,000. See what happens when you're all fired up? When your state is $100,000, if your city is 80,000, 79, 78, you are in low income with respect to this bill, so you're at the front of the line. Guys like me who live in a high income community, which I talked about the other day. My state of Georgia is 58,000. I live in a town that's 98,000. So there's no way that I'm going to get my money right away. But stay tuned to the end because you're going to be somewhat surprised as to what I'm exactly going to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, section number 2, which again is from Steve Chabot, right? Republican of Ohio. He is the ranking member of the House Committee. He should know what the hell's going on. Quote, creates a process for existing EIDL advanced grantees that receive less than $10,000 to reapply. Now, what does reapply mean? I've got a lot of people in the comments. I don't know. It also says in the bill that if you're in the queue, you've already applied, that the SBA has 15 days to open the portal and set the rules. So if you know who signs this bill tomorrow or this coming week, at some point by the middle of January, the SBA has to be ready to go. It says in the bill that's now become law that they're supposed to alert you by way of an email, I am sure. So if there is a new portal and we do have to reapply, it'll be in that email. We've streamlined the process. Click this link, fill it out, and within 21 days, you'll get your money, or they'll tell you for whatever reason, maybe they detect fraud, that you're not entitled to it, which also means, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a reconsideration process because no one's going to tell me that the SBA, who is in violation of the law, who can't even do a reconsideration in less than 60 to 90 days is going to get this low income right. I guarantee there's going to be a lot of you that are living in low incomeville, but the SBA is going to think you're shacking up in Beverly Hills. So expect delays and screw ups from the SBA and Miss Javita Carranza. All right. Now to the tweet that hasn't been heard around the world. There is a U.S. Senator, and I'm going to pin this in the top comment. I want everyone to take a snapshot or a screenshot of this. Because if this tweet disappears, we have ammunition from someone who should know about $10,000 EIDL grants that you are guaranteed the balance of what you are owed. The one and only Jackie Rosen. Democrat, some of you should know who that is. Democrat of Nevada, who along with John Cornyn, Republican of Texas, sponsored and wrote the EIDL for Small Business Act known as S.4227, which calls for $80 billion for the grant, another $100 billion for the loan, no reapplication, no additional documentation. You cannot be discriminated against regardless of size. If you got poor credit because you need a 570 for the loan, according to S4227, you still get the $10,000 grant or the balance thereof. And if you don't want the loan and you just want what is now a tax-free $10,000 EIDL grant, you get it according to S4227. I am now going to read you the woman who wrote that bill, what she just said hours after the bill became law, and I quote, this should put an end to the bullshit about 1,000 per fucking employee. Quote, all caps. Good news. The you-know-what 19 relief package includes $20 billion. Now follow the language here closely and don't forget to take a screenshot. Relief package includes $20 billion for new EIDL advance and guarantees $10,000 grants which incorporates parts of my bipartisan legislation with John Cornyn. In other words, the woman who wrote S4227, who should know more about $10,000 grants or the balance thereof, is guaranteeing that you're getting $10,000 of EIDL grants. Now, the two words that I want you to pay attention to and correlate it with Steve Chabot's one-pager that's all over House.gov. The words new and. The new, as per the bill, is $20 billion for low income. You got to have less than 300 employees, and you got to show a 30% economic loss. And by the way, the good news with respect to the economic loss, it's any 2 months of 2019 or January and February of this year against any of your 2 months in 2020 between March and December. So let's just make it easy. Some of you are worried that you didn't have any revenue in 2019 to speak of. Fair enough. As long as you incorporated by January 30th of this year, you still are eligible for the $10,000. So let's assume when we had 3.5% unemployment, you were rocking and rolling in January and February. Take any of your 2 worst months thereafter until right now and compare it against that. So let's say you were making $10,000 in January or February, and you had a horrendous July and August where you dropped off a cliff to $3,000. Well, there is your 70% economic loss. Everybody watching, with minor exceptions, unless you're killing it, and therefore you don't deserve or even need the $10,000 EIDL grant, is going to qualify. So let me read this one more time before I go to the town hall for all you that keep asking me, am I going to get loan? Yeah, I think you're going to get double the loan that you've already gotten. More on that in a second. Good news. The COVID, the Corolla Rolla Cabana fucking whatever 19 relief package. I hope you can see me. Relief package includes $20 billion as per the strike section, right? Strike 20 and replace it with $40 billion. $20 billion for new, that's the low income EIDL advance. And as per Steve Chabot's one pager, and another $20 billion, although she didn't mention the number, guarantees the $10,000 grant, i.e. the balance thereof. All right, also pinned in the top comment. If you're not giving this a thumbs up and sharing it all, yeah, I know I dropped a couple of F-bombs. I should. We've been in the trenches for 10 months. You know how many people said we weren't getting this money? Well, we are. It's going to be an absolute cluster, you know what, to get it in your bank account, but I'm going to make sure it happens come hell or high water. All right, there was a town hall held, I think it was December the 10th. It's pinned in the top comment. There it is. Big Ben Cardin has Karen Mills. She served as the head administrator of the SBA under the Obama administration. She's the current Jovita Carranza under the Trump administration. About midway through the hour-long segment, she talks for 10 minutes. 2 of the major points, in case you're new to this channel, that she makes is that it was a mistake. Her words, not mine, a mistake to ration the grant at $1,000 per employee. And she's working with Congress, including Big Ben Cardin, right now to make sure the next stimulus package, at least the one that's in January or February, gets you the balance. But as I've just said, you're guaranteed, take a snapshot of that tweet, the $10,000 according to the woman who wrote S4227. All right. She also says that she's working with Congress as we speak to get you 12 months of working capital. The original intent of the CARES Act, as per Ms. Carranza, was 6 months of working capital. Well, this lockdown has gone down almost a year now. So according to Karen Mills, who again used to run the SBA, she wants to see you get another 6 months for a total of 12. So I strongly believe you're going to get an email. Maybe it's a standalone bill or an amendment, excuse me, in the first quarter, where the SBA is going to say great news because of such and such, and maybe it's S4227. And the help of Karen Mills. We don't edit around here. We can get you another $50,000. So if you got 50, here comes another 50, sign and drive. If you got the max, before we get the caps off at 150, sign and drive, here comes another 150. And again, that's the former head of the SBA. Set aside some time to watch it. And last but not least, I would like to lay down a challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm convinced that middle to latter part of January, they're going to start paying out the grant to low-income disabled, and thank you to those who have served our country. The rest of us, the other bucket of $20 billion that, according to Miss Jackie Rosen, are guaranteed $10,000 grants will go next. It's probably going to take into February or March, so I'm laying down a challenge right now, and I want all my haters to hold me to this. I have employees, so I got the $1,000 per back in April. But I am going to personally give away $10,000 in a live stream We're going to have balloons. I'm going to decorate what you see behind me. We're going to do champagne. I might even have a big fucking sword to take off the top of that thing. I'm going to give 10 people who have subscribed and hit the bell to this channel, and all you have to do to be eligible is to be active in the comments. I'm going to give 10 people $1,000. That's more than I, am getting in terms of what I was already paid. So I have employees, but I'm going to dig a little deeper, and I'm going to give away $10,000. And if that's not enough, even if I don't get the $10,000 grant, by Monday, March 15th, which is the Ides of March, I guarantee, I promise, hold me to it, I'm still giving away on that day or earlier $10,000, 1,000 to 10 subscribers of this channel. So I want to lay down the gauntlet. Andrew Cartwright, Max Maher, meet Kevin. You got the money. But one guy in particular, Mr. Purple Power himself, LA Late. I love the guy. He's got a lot of swag. He's got the Hollywood shuffle going on. But anybody who's been paying attention for the last 10 months know he threw my ass under the bus multiple times in July when he told his subscribers, you ain't getting $10,000. So a great way to give us all a mea culpa is to say, whoops, I guess Jason and Speak and See and Rod Squad and Andrew Cartwright and Max Maher and all those others, Aubrey Janik, who didn't lose hope, I guess they were right. So as a way to say, I'm sorry for throwing their ass under the bus, I'm going to put up $10,000 by Monday, March the 15th, whether we get the EIDL grant paid to us or not. So ladies and gentlemen, I believe I have proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm all in, personally, professionally. I want you guys to be insanely successful. And don't forget, we got a brand new venture. It's a website. You're going to be able to promote your business, and I'm going to get behind you. All you have to do is a little bit of money once a year and some time. And as soon as I find out who the top 5% are, I'm going to recommend you in newsletters. I'm going to talk about you and your company in YouTube Lives. And if you get one damn sale in a given year, you might get 10, 20 to 1. And I will not rest until my mission of 3 is accomplished. $10,000 of EIDL cash advance or the balance thereof. The loan caps go away from $150 back to $2 million where they belong. And I want the EIDL loan in total, as does Big Ben Cardin, forgiven. So you never pay the SBA with respect to this lockdown a single dime. Until next time, always remember, I love you guys. And thank you so much for watching.